Hello and welcome back to episode 26 of Basking in Bilbao. We're back today with massive games against Barcelona and Manchester City. Just before we get into today's episode, it has been a while since you were last with us, so if you are enjoying the series, leave a like down below, comment what you think we can do this season, subscribe if you are enjoying the content. Last time you were with us, I believe, was the game against Real Madrid and Chelsea. Since then, we beat Valencia 1-0, we beat Real Betis 3-2, we then beat Valencia again 2-0 after extra time before losing on penalties to Real Madrid in the Super Cup. We're getting closer to winning that Super Cup. With Hendrew 2-2 with Villarreal, 4-0 against Cornella, 1-0 against Granada, a 3-2 loss against Elche, which was a bit of a shock and very disappointing. We then went all the way to penalties against Albacete Ballampi? Albacete Ballampi? Somehow that went to penalties, but we came back from that 3-2 win against Alaves, 3-1 win after extra time against Sevilla in the quarter-final of the Copa del Rey. Most recently, we drew 0-0 with Huesca and lost 2-1 in the first leg against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final. The other leg is Real Sporting and Villarreal. If we can turn that around against Real Madrid in the home game, I think we've got a chance there. League-wise, we're currently sat in 4th place, on the edge of a battle with Villarreal for that 4th spot. However, on the flip side, we've got Atletico in second, only 5 points away from us. Barcelona starting to build a little bit of a gap. But if we can pick up a win today, then that gap will get smaller. And our lineup for the game today, we've got Unai Simon in goal, a back four of Azpilicueta, Jure, Vivian and Emmanuel. Vanessa is the holding midfielder. Then Inaki Williams on the right, Nico Williams on the left, Munyoin and Sansei in the middle, and Aguirre up front. Azpilicueta throws the ball into Inaki Williams. Only a minute or so on the clock as this highlight begins. Jure plays the ball across the back to Vivian, then to Emmanuel. Overall, I think this team is really starting to build the foundations of what could be a potential league title winning team in a few years. However, I think we're not quite there. We just need players like Aguirre to get to that next level, which I think he will. And the same for like Albongi and Menel. I think there's a couple of options in there that when they get that little bit better, they could become very, very good for us. And obviously, with a team like Bilbao, because of how, you can only sign Basque players, therefore you don't sign many people, the team cohesion stays high a lot of the time as we take a 1-0 lead against Barcelona through Sansei. The ball from Nico Williams was phenomenal. And the finish from Sansei as well is absolutely wonderful. I do wonder where their entire defence was there, but I also don't care. Ferran on the ball for Barcelona now, plays it back to Eric. Hopefully we're not going to get an instant reply from Barcelona. However, the ball from De Jong to Eric in space, he's forced wide, gets across it anyway, Fancy's in there, and I don't know how we got away with that. I think Pedri had the first bite of it, then it fell back to Fati, and then somehow he made a save. Eric throws the ball into De Jong. He plays it forward to Ferran Torres and on to Eric. Oop. De Jong back to Skip, to Fati. Finds Ferran Torres with a nice pass and a nice finish from Ferran Torres. That was just a really nice ball from Fati to Torres, to be fair. I think he loses his man a little bit here. Just here, you've got Emmanuel who should be marking him. He just wasn't ready for that little run in behind. But a very nice goal. Ferran Torres on the ball on the right-hand side. De Jong inside to Fati. And then switches a play out to Pedri on the left. He's forced wide and Unai Simon makes the save at his near post. So at half-time, it's 0-0. It's going well for us so far. Although they have grown into the game quite a bit. Hopefully, maybe we'll try doing something like going a little bit more direct. And that might help us out a little bit. Emmanuel, with the ball on the left-hand side, throws it forward. However, Torres easily wins the header. And it's back to the Barcelona defence. Skip to Pedri. Ball into Eric. He knocks it back to Fati, who shoots from range. And Unai Simon was very, very calm about that. We're going to bring Inaki Williams off for Vikandi. He just looks absolutely knackered. And we're also going to bring Aguirre off for Penna, who, again, he just looks very tired. Eric on the ball at the back for Barcelona here. He plays it forward to Araujo, and then Skip and Eric exchange the ball a couple times. Ferran Torres on the ball on the right-hand side. I think at this point, like we're probably going out of the Champions League, if we're being honest. Manchester City, it's going to be a very tough game. I can't see us getting through that. I mean, we'll give it our best. Ure heads the ball away here. Vikandi collects it. Are we going to get a counter-attack here? Vikandi is driving forward. He's being forced wide. Needs to get a cross in. Does so, but ter Stegen's there to catch it. Azpilicueta is going to try and launch a ball. That's dreadful. Fati collects the ball from the clearance and then is forced backwards to Gavi. We really need to sort out those throw-ins because long throws just aren't working at all. They seem to have, although we have somebody at the near post, they seem to have somebody even nearer than that, like on the edge of the box. And it just seems to get snuffed out there all the time. Sansei back to Azpilicueta, through towards Penna, but he loses the ball to Skip without even really any fight, which might be the most disappointing part. The ball is out to Pedri on the left. He goes round his man. Ball through to Gavi. Needs to get across the box. It bounces back to Balde, to Fati, to Ferran Torres, who scores and makes it 2-1. Ferran Torres has had a phenomenal game. Like, no two ways about it. He has been the best player on the pitch. He's caused us so much trouble. And now he's grabbed his second goal into the same corner of the net as well. Our final change, we're going to bring Albongi Meno on for Sansei, purely because of the fitness, not because of how he's performed. He's actually been quite good today. We do unfortunately lose to Barcelona on this occasion, however. This Barcelona team seems a little bit better than what we've seen in the last couple of years, where obviously they've missed out on Europe a couple of times. This year, it looks highly unlikely they do that. They've just gone 7 points clear at the top of the league as a result of that game. And the lineup against Manchester City now. Martinez comes in the defence for Ure, as does Odriozola in for Azpilicueta. And Albongi Menor comes in for Sansei, and Herrera in for Venecidor. De Bruyne with a corner sends it into the near post. Rice with the header goes just over the bar. De Bruyne plays the ball out to Xavi Galen. Never heard of him, I'll be honest. Foden switches the ball across, but only finds Emmanuel, who gets it to Sansei onto Aguirre. It's a poor pass. I just realised I said Albongi Menor came in for Sansei. Sansei moved across, and then Munyaim was the player who came out of the team. Great ball through, finds Rodri. That's a fantastic goal. Who was marking Rodri? It looked like absolutely no one. But nevertheless, it's 1-0 to Manchester City. Inigo Martinez just caught flat-footed. Oh dear. Half-time, we are 1-0 down after that fantastic bit of play from De Bruyne and Rodri. Can't say I'm too surprised. Bernardo Silva with the free kick. Laporte heads it over the bar. Laporte, obviously, one of the Basque players who we could potentially look at. But we're going to need probably to wait until he's a little bit older, not playing at Man City week in, week out. And also, we're probably going to need quite a bit of money if we're going to tempt him in. Wages-wise, we could perhaps do that. Doubt that, actually, with him being at City. João Cancelo plays it back to Bernardo Silva and back to De Bruyne. Switch of play out to Xavi on the left-hand side. Cross the box, and Lautaro Martinez was in there. But it's a good save from Unai Simon to send it over the bar. However, danger is not over. Bernardo Silva with the corner sends it to the far post, and Vivian heads it away. Foden collects it, and he's going to send it back into the box. Is he? De Bruyne gets it in. Rodri's in there. It's headed away by Odriozola. Xavi is going to try and bring it forward again for City. This time it's crossed to the far post. Nico Williams heads it away. Manchester City have come out of the blocks flying for the second half. Laporte plays the ball. Nico Williams gets in there and nicks it, however. There's the ball on for Aguirre, and you've just lost the ball instead. Right. Nico Williams, you are coming off for Berenguer. Martinez clears the ball away. Ruben Diaz plays it back to De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva to João Cancelo. But, oh my goodness, it's the same, but it's the same pass. It was Bernardo Silva doing it this time, but it's the exact same pass to Rodri. That is horrendous defending to get caught by the exact same ball. If I find out here, it's Inigo Martinez again. Again. Unai Nunes is coming on for Inigo Martinez. I'm sick of him. I'm just sick of him. Free kick, De Bruyne sends it to the far post. Vivian heads it away. Laporte was there. Foden collects it, and he's going to bring it back down the wing. Inside to Silva. Foden again now with a chance to cross. Rodri's a holding midfielder. He's scored 3 goals. He's a holding midfielder. And he scored a hat-trick. It's the first leg, but we are out of the Champions League. Our final change, we're going to bring Inaki Williams off for Vikandi. Unai Simon with a goal kick sends it long. It's a missed header from Laporte. Aguirre scores. Aguirre gets us one back. Gives us a sliver of hope in the second leg. Probably means I have to come back for the second leg now, unfortunately. For 3-0, I was just going to skip it. But we're back in the game, potentially. Lautaro Martinez out to João Cancelo at right back. Emmanuel closing him down. However, Bernardo Silva's on the ball now. Inside to Milinkovic-Savic. Well, that's just not fair. They take a guy who scored a hat-trick off and bring on Milinkovic-Savic and Grealish. Lautaro... Oh. 4-1. Well, there goes that sliver of hope. We are absolutely dead in the water. Game over. 4-1 loss. What we've learnt today is maybe finishing third and dropping into the Europa League has been a blessing. After, let's be honest, a disastrous episode, I suppose we're going to have to come back for the Real Madrid second leg and the Manchester City second leg. We'll skip the Levante game in the middle. So we'll have a whole other episode of Hurt for you. If you're looking forward to that, please do leave a like down below. Comment where you think we'll finish in the league, because we're obviously not winning the Champions League. Do you think we can beat Real Madrid and go through to the Copa del Rey final? Let me know down below. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.